Onto the track at the tail here. Down the backstretch, man on the move is going to be Tim Sayers with the 02 car. Sayers pulls even with the number 12 of Perez. Perez up on the outside, Sayers on the inside. Your leader will be Sayers. We got one around down in turn 4. Car going around down in turn number 4, down on the inside. As the field comes by, your leader is the Tim Sayers machine. He sits back there in second. Chad Arsenault with the 07 now rides in third as they roll down off of turn number 4. Got some contact down on the lower side of turn number 4 here. They continue on. We're going to remain under green as they make their way up through the east end. The 02 showing the way. That's Tim Sayers at the helm. The 09 of Sean Perez rides second. The 07 of Chad Arsenault. Here comes the 78 of Pete Wiegand. Here's Wiegand down to the inside of Arsenault. They go side to side as they roll down off of turn number 4. Halfway sign is up this time by. Halfway home for the 02. Down the front stretch they come. Here's the race for the lead when they get down to turn number 1. Wiegand looking at the low side. Pete Wiegand, traditionally a bottom runner, as they come off of turn 2. He'll put the foot on the mat down the backstretch, and he will put the nose of the 78 out in front of Tim Sayers. Sayers going to send it in up on the high side. Wiegand drifts off the bottom. He'll carry Sayers high up off of turn number 4. As they come down to the line, it's 2 to go this time by with a top 5 run. He sits 6th with the 18. 7th spot is Clem Tuffalo with the 2 car. Then it's Tim Niles, Joe Wolcott, and looks like it is Shannon Pop rounding out your top 10. Coming down off turn number 4, here's your winner. Checkers are out. The win will go to Pete Wiegand. And the 55 of Dave Stickles in row 4. Jeff Meltz Sr. with the 5. John Devine with the 24. Lynn Wesley with the 77. Gary O'Brien with the 57. Terry McNamara with the 44. Sammy Lane with the 61. Chris Giro with the 4. Ed Bichond with the 59. That is your scheduled starters.
And he's certainly one to keep an eye on when we get to the Boomers Clash a little bit later on. Back to green here.
The green flag is back out. We are back underway, and here's that battle for the number 1 spot going down to turn number 1. John Devine trying to post another victory here tonight as he takes the lead away from Jason Meltz. Got one.
With a buck and some luck, you could be a big 50-50 winner here tonight.
Green flag is back out. John Devine will mash the gas down here to turn number 1. Devine, your leader, and hang on, Jason Meltz. He and Ed Bichond come together racing for that number 2 spot. Here's Bichond down to the inside, going to take that number 2 spot away. Bichond has climbed aboard the Jim Ficini number 59, and he is headed towards the front. Willie line here to see the white flag. Devine up on the front. Bichond has got a long ways to go, but he's got a fast car back there in second. We'll see if he can close that gap here in the final half lap down into turn number 3. Devine, your leader. Bichond rides second. Meltz is third. That's the way they come off of turn number 4 for the final time. Checkered flag is out. Your second pure stock feature goes to John Devine.
When the rains came in here, we had a rain-shortened program. We got everything in except the last 4-cylinder event for the single cam class. And this is it. We go to green here. Karen Verhagen, the powder blue number 9 machine, will grab the early race lead up through the east end, and she will show the way off of turn 2 down the back straightaway. Steve Burbank with the 214 car holding on the 3rd place spot as the 98 of Jesse Sheets shoots up the outside. Sheets on the outside lane here. Everybody else looking for racing room now. A little bit of contact. One into another up here in turn 4. Sends one car down to the inside. Also rolling slowly here by the 19 of Brian Blank. Brian with, looks like, fender rub to the right front tire there. We see the tire smoke coming off of that automobile as we stay green flag racing, recording lap number 2 with Karen Verhagen in charge. They scramble off of 4 down here front, flashing by everybody, getting through safely. That's the 3rd, and one big move here in the front straightaway takes the number 5 car up to a 3rd place run. 3 wide, they're looking at it off of the turn 2 area down the back straightaway. We'll settle it down 2 wide here. Hot action right there. Positions 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all closely grouped together under a blanket off of turn 4. Here are your leaders. Here's the battle for the lead now. Don Curley Moving to the outside, Karen Verhagen getting caught up behind a slower car that she had run down. Now that slower car will drift wide up ahead of Don Curley, but Curley able to negotiate on path on the outside. It will take. Lead cars are now single file fashion. Don Curley on the lead end. Jim Williams comes right up to his back bumper here in turn 4. But then gets out of it off the corner, loses ground now. Curley gets away. White flag is out. Here comes Brandon Ely. The Ely 5 car on the move now. He will dive down on the inside and challenge our defending champion for the number 2 spot. Don Curley is getting away. As that race for second goes side by side, here's Brandon Ely. Makes the move on Jimmy Williams. Williams is slowing. Karen Verhagen coming back. She's trying to get back up to a 3rd place run here. It's going to be checkered flag out this time around. Our rain delayed 4-cylinder division single cam class. And we'll go to Don Curley. And our 3-time winner on the year, Brett the Jet, Brett Hearn. With a 20 car, Jeff Kelly in the 44, Matt Quinn, the 77F of Mark Flack Jr. And we go to green, our first of 3 dirt car big block modified qualifiers here tonight. Rich Salisbury will grab the early race lead as they sail down the backstretch here for the first time. Brett Hearn wasting no time. The Jersey Jet coming from the back of the pack quickly up to a top 5 run here. He'll dive down to the inside of the Connecticut Yankee up into turn number 1. He's down. Brett the Jet, the Matson Overhead Doors 20 car is there right now on the back bumper, ready to challenge. Takes a lower line through the west end, and Salisbury now will pull it in line here in front. Salisbury continues to lead with 5 laps showing complete, but Brett is there to challenge. Gets that wheel down underneath here in 1. Now Brett will burn for the power on off of turn number 2. And up into turn 3 will make the pass complete, and he's gone to the front. The Jersey Jet, just like that, has worked his magic again. Brandon Pitcher will bring up the rear of the field with the deals on wheel 17 as we go to green in our 2nd modified qualifier. Kyle Hoffman, the man in black, will show the way. Up to the east end, down the back straightaway, getting the power down to the ground in fine fashion. A lot of speed here in the opening lap of this 2nd modified qualifier of the night. Kyle Hoffman will lead. The race for 3rd, side to side, up in turn number 2. Brian Berger digging low. Here's Berger making the move. He's making tracks here to the inside of Wayne Jelly. They stay dead even up into turn number 3 through 4. That same way off the west end corner down here in front, still side by side. Brian Berger and Wayne Jelly. Berger on the inside, Jelly on the high side, still hanging tough. Both of them close together right there, side by side. He has worked into the top 5 now, looking for more in the final lap as he zooms up the inside into turn number 3. Meanwhile, here in front, checkered flag is out. The win goes to Kyle Hoffman. Your leader remains Kolby Schroder on in front. Schroder has moved on to a comfortable advantage here. J.C. Flack has settled into a good 2nd place run. Andy Bicchetti, now your 3rd place runner here, will try to close that gap between 2nd and 3rd at the halfway point. 4 laps are in and 4 to go. Andy Bicchetti coming in closer here as he runs in number 3 position. Matt Papello there for 4th, and look at this race for 5th. Andy Marshall's got the spot now. Marshall is there. There, the 3 car up on the outside lane. We're going green. Down to the inside comes the 12 of Brian Sanstead. They do form up quickly here. Also out for this event, Sean Mandel with the 66 and the 77 of Brandon Piazza. Car into the wall off of turn 2. That was the 34 of Paul Knox. West end, cutting off a little bit of ground and closing that gap ever so much more up into turn 1. Here's the mid, one final time. Kim will take it to the inside. Brian will take it to the high side. They'll be side to side briefly through turn 2 at the exit there, down to the backstretch. Here they are up into turn number 3. Look at this run by the 3 car down low. Brian Sanstead with the 12 car up on the high side. Off of turn 4 in front. Great race right there. Into the front straightaway to complete lap number 1. With Ryan Darcy, Holden Dwyer 1 and 2 side by side for 3rd. Derek Sheeby down low. Here's Chad Pierce up high. Pierce to the high side. Alan Hotailing to the low side. Derek Sheeby in the middle of that sandwich there at the back stretch.
4 in and 4 remain for Ron Johnson up on the front. Back behind him, distantly behind him, we've got him stacked up 2 wide. Now Ray Hall will make it 3 wide down into turn 3. They're 3 deep for 3rd as they make their way up and through turns 3 and 4. Off the corner they come. Here's your leader Johnson down across the stripe. Back behind him, the 13 of Cody. Leading that gang, a whole bunch of cars. 3 wide once again back there for spot number 5. Cody will brush the wall. Got up into the loose stuff there in Armory Auto turn number 2. As they Phil Wood. Right now, rounding out the transfer positions would be the 32 of Chris Streeter. That'll be the 7 cars that go into the Boomers Clash later. Checkered flag is out. Ron Johnson going to pick the win up here easily. The race for second will go to Luke Anzer. Going to bring this one down to green as they come down off of turn number 4. Green flag is in the air. We're back underway here in Pro Stock. Competition now. Pro Stock feature event going green down here to turn number 1. Ricky Duzlak brought him to the line, but it'll be Paul La Rochelle bringing him down to turn number 1 first. La Rochelle, your leader, going to bring him down into turn number 3 now with the lead up through the west end for the first time under green. La Rochelle will be your leader off turn 4. Lap number 1 in the books. Paul La Rochelle is the leader. The 315 of John Ruthier rides in second. Then it is Ricky Duzlak back there third. He'll feel pressure from the 243 of Victor Hopkins. Hopkins down to the inside trying to make a bid for that third spot. Gets the nose out ahead of Duzlak. Last Saturday night's feature winner, Robbie Speed, right there with him. Speed looking to go 2 in a row here as he comes down off of turn number 4. He will take the position away from Duzlak. 24 up into the runner-up position. Coming along with him, here comes Big Bad Chad as he is on a roll. Here goes Robbie Speed going to work on Paul La Rochelle. Chad Jesio on the outside of Ruthier. There are 2 rows of side-by-side racing as they come down off of turn number 4. Your new leader when they hit turn 1 will be Robbie Speed. Trouble for your 2-time winner, Jay Corbin. Buffer between himself and Chad Jesio. Now that gap stretches to 2 as they go to turn 3 for the final time. Final time through the west end banking. Here comes the Mellonville Missile. Robbie Speed going to lead him down to checkers. The win goes to the 24 of Robbie Speed.
For Matt Papello and Brian Berger. Who will it be here? Somebody deep on the grid. How about the wild child, Andy McKinney? Who will be his turn tonight? Here we go. Green flag coming out. Our Funplex Fun Park Boomers Performance Modified feature is underway. Kyle Hoffman from the inside front row drops down off the racing surface, pulls it in behind the wall early here. We've got yellow out on the speedway. Everybody up to turn number 3. Wayne Jelly in that number 2 spot. Couple of cars up to the high side. J.C. Flack and Andy McKinney. A lot of room up there though. Everybody okay as they work their way into the front stretch here at the end of lap number 1 officially. 3 wide up in front. Hang on. Contact there as Wayne Jelly and Rich Salisbury came together, but it was 3 wide for the race lead, just like that, in quick-like fashion, taking advantage is Kolby Schroder, who has gone to the front. Leading lap number 3, side-by-side battle for the number 4 running position, goes 3 wide off of turn number 2. Hang on there, J.C. Flack making some aggressive moves down to the inside. They'll get on by. Rich Salisbury picks up the 4th place run here. Out in front is Kolby Schroder. He's comfortably in the lead right now over Wayne Jelly and Kyle Armstrong, 2nd and 3rd. J.C. back up to 4th. Rich Salisbury still hanging tough in 5th. That's Eddie Marshall and Brian Berger. Here comes Marshall. Eddie Marshall on a charge. Eddie Marshall's got a fast horse on here tonight as he's working his way up to the top 10. Coming with him is Donnie Carellis. The line 6 and 7 all grouped up here in the back stretch. Now Donnie Carellis will make a bid on the high side of J.C. He takes that long way around up here in the west end. Moving up to the high side now goes Brett Hearn as well, as the Jet is there to challenge the Black Crane 77J car. Meanwhile, Eddie Marshall getting by Kyle Armstrong. He's picked up a 3rd place run. He's going after 2nd place man Wayne Jelly here in the back straightaway. Jelly's got the position. Here is Eddie Marshall ready to take it away up in the west end. Jelly not giving way, however, easily, but Eddie Marshall will make the pass down low. He'll grab the 2nd place spot here. Nobody is up to challenge Kolby Schroder as the white flag flies. One more lap around the Valley of Speed here on Cinco de Mayo night, May 5th, 2012. Looking for a first-time career modified winner. 2 more turns around the Valley of Speed up in the west end for the young modified star. One of the young guns here at the Valley of Speed sees the double checkered flags first. It's Kolby Schroder.
To the west end, he'll bring him down to the green flag here off of turn number 4. Green flag is in the air, and we are underway with tonight's Boomer Performance Funplex Fun Park Sportsman feature event. They worked their way up off of turn number 2 with Ryan Darcy showing the way, keeping them up and with a slight advantage as they work their way down the backstretch. Now Lavoie will complete the pass down in turn 4, slide up in front of Sandstedt and take that third spot away.
Aggressive move by Kim Lavoie there. That was the same battle that was on in their qualifying heat race earlier this evening when both Sandstedt and Lavoie were side by side. Now a little slip there in the east end. 5 car, Brent Fett. He's looking for racing room. Thought about going down low on the Shebe car. Now pulls it back in line. They're close together, and now he'll go around.
However, Relier has got the run down low. He will pull down low on Phil Wood. Wood going to take that lane away down into turn number 3. He drops down low, and a little bit of contact that time as they entered turn 3. They come down off of turn number 4. El Relier dropping down to the inside. Your leader, Lou Ganser, up on the front. This one, Ganser going to lead the way into turn number 1. Relier and Wood run wheel to wheel, with now Relier getting the best of them off of turn number 2. Here comes Ray Hall to make it a 4-car group up on the front of this one. 4 cars together as they enter turn 3. Going for all the marbles as they come off of turn number 4. El Relier dropping down to the inside of Lou Ganser. Ganser at the line by a bumper will lead lap number 6. Relier looking down into turn number 1. He's got position off the corner. Really get the power to the ground off of turn number 2. Midway down the backstretch, it is Relier as your leader. Now here comes Ray Hall. Hall making the charge down low again. Phil Wood right there with him. Your early leader, Lou Ganser, up on the outside. Your new leader, El Relier, come down to put lap number 7 on the board. So Relier now shows the lap leader.
Your eye on here as we go to green. John Caparilla Sr. throws the green flag in our 4-cylinder. First of 2 4-cylinder finales is underway. This is the dual cam class. Field grouped up nicely here off of turn number 2. Tight together, 3-wide racing action. And look at this 4-wide as they blast down the pack. Hang on. Looking for room up through the west end. Everybody scrambles through, and it is a... Todd Goldstein with the race lead out on the lead end here, being chased by Art Clement. Hang on, contact in the back straightaway, debris. The 19 staying right with him, Art Clement. Steve Loomis there in 3rd. Marty Poole runs in the 4th place spot. Side by side for the race lead. They stay that way, wheel to wheel now. Goldstein will get the advantage, and they'll go single file in the backstretch. Contact here off of turn number 2. Loomis leads. Goldstein 2nd off of turn number 4. It's going to be here 2 laps left to go now. Here's Todd Goldstein. He shoots to the inside. Lap car directly ahead. Goldstein will make the blast pass up here into turn 1. He takes up a number 1 spot. He goes up the hill to the high side. They split the difference with the lap car. They both get on by high and low. What a great race. It continues right here in front. Steve Loomis, our defending champion, again will make the bid. He'll do the slide job up in turn number 4. He grabs the number 1 spot away. Goldstein will swap lanes. He'll come back at him here again. White flag is out. A drag race up into turn number 1. Steve Loomis with the advantage now. Todd Goldstein is there back in 2nd. Art Clement in 3rd, watching all the action ahead of him. They continue to swap back and forth, inside, outside. 1st to 2nd, 2nd to 1st. One more shot up here in the west end for Todd Goldstein. Steve Loomis will lead. Goldstein way high, maybe a little bit too high. Got up in the loose stuff. Checkered flag is out. The win will go to Steve Loomis.